Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Agent Sam and Nicole. Welcome back to another Division Let's Talk, and today's Let's Talk is going to cover Week 4 of the PTS and my time spent with it in the few short hours of it coming out. As a test, I went ahead and did a stroll through the daily Lincoln Tunnel Challenge mission by myself, which is what you are seeing here. My goal in this was to try and compare it to what I saw in Week 3 of the PTS and how much they buffed the enemies. Well, after hitting the Lincoln Tunnel, I can honestly say that it felt very much the same to me. The time to kill was very much on point for level 33 elite characters, except for maybe the boss at the end, which I dropped fairly quickly. Now, how similar is it? Well, for me, it was pretty much the same feel, but I also adjusted my gear loadout to have an increased health on kill and 35% plus to enemy armor damage, which helped out a lot in this run. Now, my gear loadout really is just taking a mishmash of gear. I didn't put anything really together. I just threw some gear on at the highest levels that I had and running through the pieces that fit the best. Now, it's nothing special, but I was rocking a pretty awesome 231,000 DPS, 200,000 toughness with 34% damage mitigation and 64,000 skill power. So as you can see, I was severely underpowered compared to some of the videos you saw from SkillUp last week where he had 300,000 toughness. As you can see here, the enemies take down my health pretty quickly, but in retrospect, it is mitigated by me taking cover and healing, so I'm going to die a little bit less, and if I don't monitor my health as well. Now, let's talk about something that I held off of from last few weeks, because I was actually going to just skip over this and not say anything because I don't want to get into the console versus PC debate, but I do feel like the feedback in the PTS is probably going to be okay. But let me first apologize for anyone giving feedback on the PTS and not first saying with a disclaimer and taking into consideration the fact that this is a PC build. And with that being said, it may make all of the feedback null and void because as PCs go, it's not a 100% transfer over from the experience that you're going to see on the console. So you see, last week everyone agreed at how easy it is. Well, of course it was easy. We're all using mouse and keyboards. The time to kill with a mouse and keyboard is going to be far superior to the console version. You're going to be more accurate. It's going to feel like you're blowing through these guys out of the water, and in terms of time to kill, you're going to be doing it a lot faster than you would on console. However, we don't actually know how it's going to be until 1.4 drops on console. Massive took and lowered the ammo capacity again. There's less ammo, but as long as you have bonuses to ammo capacity on your gear, you should be fine. I have something like 150% ammo capacity for me, and so you'll notice that I have like 1,200 rounds and 1,300 rounds for my assault rifle and LMG, which is very similar to what we had before. So they changed a lot of that. So I think now assault rifles, the base is like 800,000 or 800 rounds or something like that. And so people are having a little bit of a struggle going through that process. So that wasn't my experience. I did run out of assault rifle rounds, but that's neither here nor there. But once you notice that I do run out of ammo at one point, but I do have a whole other gun, my other LMG, which I have 1,300 rounds, and another backup gun in my backpack, which is my SRS A1, and that I can use just in case I need it. So my suggestion on you to this about ammo capacity, which I felt was very much fine, is that make sure that you have a few different gun loadouts on you, and you'll never really need to worry about ammo if you do that. They do need to fix ammo drops in the underground. It's pretty bad that no enemies drop ammo in the underground, and I suspect that it's due to oversight by the actual developer, and Massive just didn't do anything to fix it. So because the underground feels like a little bit different than the rest of the game, and that's because another developer developed it completely. Now, on to some more pressing matters. Is the game too easy? That's really what you're here for. You want to know whether or not I feel like 1.4 is too easy. Well, I'm not going to give you my opinion because, I'm going to just let my playthrough of the Lincoln Tunnel and the daily challenge speak for itself. Tomorrow, I'll run through Russian Consulate solo and tell you if it was just as hard as the Lincoln Tunnel mission. The one thing I did notice running solo was that some of the waves have been eliminated in the Lincoln Tunnel. At least that, what seemed, from me. And honestly, I haven't run, through Lincoln Tunnel for about 3 months. So what do you guys think so far as you see me running through this? Is it too easy? Am I making it look easy? Or is it looking like, I'm having a challenge? But leave your answer down in the comment. I want to hear your guys' answer. I want to go ahead and talk about this and have an open discussion about this. But I will say this, During my run, I was not frustrated with this at any point. It was a lot of fun, and it was a bit challenging at some points, especially toward the end, which had a lot of graphical issues popping up. Shooting enemies that you can't see isn't very easy. You'll see as I approach the boss at the end that the graphical distortions are pretty bad, but I did end up melting the boss and getting a nice Predator's Mark set piece. But, I don't know if it's a bug in the build or if it's my PC getting a little too hot because of all of the graphics and stuff like that. I am running this on fairly high graphics, but that's neither here nor there. There's graphical distortions. I apologize for that. It's going to get very frustrating for you toward the end as you try to, you're getting frustrated for me as you watch me try and shoot through this, and it looks like I'm running through some sort of tunnel or, some sort of low ceiling or anything. So anyways, that's my time. Thank you so much for watching this and leaving your opinion down in the comments section. If you felt like this video was awesome in any way, interesting, or at least entertaining, drop a like and consider subscribing to our channel as we post Division content almost daily, and I have a couple playthroughs of Battlefield 1, Gears of War, and Mafia 3 coming up, so you won't want to miss those. Near the end of the week, we are going to be wrapping up week 4 of the PTS. I do believe this is the last PTS week, and then we should see some sort of release date for 1.4. Even my insider source in the testing over at Ubisoft says he has no clue when they're going to release it. They haven't said anything. I do have to say that you will not want to miss my wrap-up video at the end of the week, as I have already formed a pretty strong opinion on what will happen after 1.4 and whether or not it's going to save the day for Massive. Until then, for all of us here at the Division Let's Talk, I've been Mounty Curl, and we'll see you in the PTS. Agent out.
Make this quick! Don't let that robo gun lock on you! Jesus!
Agent, my people say the threat has been eliminated. I thank you, my guys thank you, and the people of New York fucking thank you. I'm on my way back to the base with an escort. Let's talk when you get there.
Good job, Agent. If they'd blown those floodgates, we would have lost a major supply line. Now Benitez can get back to the security wing. See you back here.